America Meditating Blog Talk Radio Show. We collect wisdom, hear stories, and inspire each other. I'm Sister Jenna. Tune in live from Monday through Friday at 8 a.m.
Author of The Soul of All Living Creatures, and I listen to America Meditating Radio.
Hi, this is Valerie Alexander, author of Happiness as a Second Language, and listening to America Meditating Radio Show makes me truly, truly happy.
Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor?
Hi, neighbor.
Mr. Rogers passed along friendship, hoping we would too. Friendship. Pass it on from the Foundation for a Better Life at Values.com.
Focusing my thoughts. Taking just a minute. Sitting quietly, I become aware of my surroundings. I focus on an object in front of me, allowing it to fill my awareness. Letting go of any distractions, I hold only the object in my awareness. Even if I'm distracted, I gently return my focus to the object. I identify one quality of that object. I focus on this. I hold this one thought. Welcome to America Meditating Radio Show. I'm your host, Sister Jenna, broadcasting from the beautiful Meditation Museum in the nation's capital. That was a beautiful track, wasn't that, from Knowing Myself from Sister Genty? It was called Focusing. And I really appreciate the shout-outs by my friends, Dr. Vint Verga, who does incredible work with animals, and also Valerie Alexander, author of a Happiness book. America Meditating Radio Show is really your household little tool that when you're walking and moving around or doing the laundry or just sitting down, try to find a moment in the day just to capture yourself. Tune in by downloading the Pause for Peace app or just going on to Blog Talk Radio and America Meditating just to be a part of the movement and the conversation. For the last 2 years, we've had incredible voices on the air ranging from Russell Simmons to India Ari to Devon Franklin to Alanis Morissette, Byron Katie, and even average folks who are doing incredible work in our world that might not have a million fans. We don't, but we're not into that. A friend of mine called me the other day, and I think she has like over 2 million fan likes or something on her Facebook, and one of the conversations that came out of her was like, Sister Jenny, you all do so much good. I really need to find a way to get, your social media out there and up, because if any, great folks who are looking to, get stories out there in the world and they turn to you, they'll be like, oh my God, they're not doing much. And I go, no, we're fine, actually. I'm into the relationships, the one-on-one, and I have lived to see these deep-rooted, pure relationships make incredible changes on our planet. And so, of course, like us, pass it around, share it, follow us on Twitter, America Meditate, like everyone is saying. Follow the America Meditating Radio Show. Go into Huffington Post, blogging with Sister Jenna, and get updated on what's going on there. Whatever you want to do, go into the YouTube, follow that. Go into Livestream, follow that. But maybe more than anything else, follow your heart and choose the things that you feel you want to put inside of your system. As you know, October 18th to 24th will be the launch of a groundbreaking, incredible conversation around the country called Belief. produced by the Oprah Winfrey Network. And we are really encouraging folks to join us at the Meditation Museum, or please feel free to go to BeliefTeam.com to get some more information on what's going on with the movement globally. It's really going to trigger us to think at a higher level in terms of what is our relationship with God and with ourselves and with humanity. What I'd like to do now is just take a few moments to just introduce to you the Believe Sizzle as you sort of get an idea of where we're going. And stay tuned too, because we're going to have Catriona MacGregor, who has been a voice for animals and has been in many wild places all of her life, and we're going to have her take us into a very deep conversation. And of course, we're going to turn the phone and the lines over to our beloved Sister Gita as she takes us up and beyond with her beautiful voice and stories. So let's find out what this Belief series is about as Oprah gives us a little bit of a peep.
My confidence comes from knowing there is a force, a power greater than myself that I'm a part of and is also a part of me.
We're all interconnected. We're all in this together.
I start questioning things. Why is it like this? Is God the person with the old white beard?
I just fell really hard. I don't want to be carrying that anymore.
To ask these questions is really the privilege of being human.
Hope is the simple belief that things can change.
I don't know why, I just know I have to be there. I just have to be there.
I believe in the things that I see and touch and hear.
The way I look at it, God brought me into this world for a purpose. The same as God brought every human being into this world for a purpose.
It's up to you to believe.
Just close my eyes again. Climbed aboard the dream we've a train. Trying to take away my worries of today and leave tomorrow behind. there still may be some time. Fly me away to the bright side of the moon. Meet me on the other side. Ooh, dream weaver, I believe you can get me through the night. Ooh, dream weaver, I believe we can reach the morning light. Dream weaver.
Gary Wright from Dreamweaver. I love him. And feel free to go into our archives to enjoy the wonderful conversation we had a while back with Gary and his life. So definitely. Let's turn the line to Sister Gita and hear what she has to read for us on this glorious day of life.
Good day, and in Europe they say top of the day to you, or top of the morning to you. Hey, you beautiful souls. We're going to talk about the heart of God, the ocean of love. I am the ocean of love. I come to show you the path of love. My love remains unbroken and constant. I cannot forget even one of you. I have so much love for you, and my love is unconditional and unlimited. I am the beloved of all souls. You have been calling out to me for a long time for such love. I have love for nature. I have love for the animals. I am love. I am the only one who gives you love in the form of a bestower. Because I am complete, there is nothing that I need. You need take only from this source of love. This is true love to make you complete. The love of the heart cannot be put into words. I see the one desire of all of you, of the world, the desire for true, real love. I love you. Today, no human being can give you constant, pure, and unconditional love. My children, I am here to fulfill this desire. I tie you close to me with the thread of imperishable love. I teach you how to have true love for each other again. You used to love one another. I, the ocean of love, is made up of an unlimited amount of love. I have love for all souls without exception. You are all my children, and my love for you is altruistic. I have love for all of you, and my love for you is altruistic. This was taken from the book entitled The Heart of God. This book can be obtained at any Brahma Kumari center, and of course, Meditation Museum if you're local. Om Shanti. Have a day full.
Thank you so much. It was very beautiful, and what a beautiful segue into introducing our next guest, Catriona MacGregor, who has been a voice for animals in wild places all of her life. With over 30 years of experience in education and environmental leadership, Catriona is an authority on environmental trends in the U.S. and internationally. Her conservation program led to the comeback of an endangered species, and she has advised scientists, government officials, NGO leaders, and the public on environmental topics. She's the author of Partnering with Nature, The Wild Path to Reconnecting to the Earth, which is a gold medal winner from the Nautilus Book Awards, recognizing world-changing books. And she's also a contributor to Healing the Hearts of the World, harnessing the power of intention to change your life and the planet, along with others widely regarded as an expert on environmental trends. Catriona's work has been featured in Time Magazine, Sports Illustrated, The Today Show, and now we have her on the America Meditating Radio Show. Welcome, Catriona.
Well, hi, and it's wonderful to be here with you.
We need voices and individuals who are looking at taking care of our planet. And at a dinner that we attended, someone said it so beautifully. She said, this should become a planet spirit. Just people who are well-intended and who are mindful of their contribution to the world. Now, you're a leading proponent of global environmental protection and conservation, and you're also the voice for animals. What inspired your interest, Catriona, in these areas?
Carl Jung believed that one's earliest memory often reflects their life path, and my earliest memory is at the age of 4, walking home with a nest of baby birds, and from there on, it's been a lifelong love and connection to the wild things, and I've always had my eyes and ears attuned to that.
Fantastic. When you were a child, was there any particular moment or something that happened between you and nature or an animal that you think also was a big trigger?
Yes, there were so many, and I talk about a few of those in my book, Partnering with Nature. I think the one that I could highlight, but very, very quickly, because it is a more in-depth story, is that when I was 12, my wonderful father, who was an amazing psychiatrist and had helped many, many, many people, but was struggling with an injury from the war, committed suicide when I was 12. And I was raised in a family without any religious background and so forth, and really didn't have anywhere to turn. And at that time, it was also kind of shameful to speak about something like that. So it was hard to get support from our community. And I went out into the woods, as I always did as a young child, and I still do now. In fact, I'm standing out in the field here in California speaking to you today. And the trees reached out to me. I felt a warm light, and I felt that they explained that the soul is immortal. And I learned from them the true nature of the universe, the true nature of the real world, not just the illusory world around us. And, I'm ever, ever thankful for that.
Sure. And I know, when I do tell folks about the soul being immortal, I think sometimes it flies over everyone's head, because if we are immortal, then what's my responsibility in creating an immortal story of goodness and happiness and reverence, You founded the International Bering Sea Forum to protect the Bering Sea, and I'm really curious about that, because I think it's an important commitment to actually bring to the table of our world. Tell us a little bit more.
Well, there's 3 things about that particular project that I felt were very, very important. First of all, the Bering Sea is considered the mother lode of biodiversity of the seas. There's a huge, huge amount of krill that gathers there. A lot has to do with the ocean currents and the temperature of the ocean, and that's where a lot of the magnificent marine animals go to feed at certain times of the year. It's so critical to life on the planet, ocean life. So that's one reason. The other reason is that it has an international area, so we really need international cooperation to protect it. We need Russia and the U.S. and Canada and Norway and all these countries that fish there to come together to recognize that conservation is key. The other thing that was fascinating about this particular program is that there are many indigenous peoples that live all around the rim of the Bering Sea, from the Russia side to the Alaskan side, and bringing them, we had a third of our constituents at that meeting were indigenous people, and hearing their perspective was so important, because then we're not just talking about a natural resource for our youth, we are talking about the mother sea of all.
Right.
And that's an important story for everyone to hear.
Well, you're realizing, and you're also sharing that we're beginning to understand that our connection with nature is more than a luxury. Like, it's a necessary and a vital part of our existence. Explain in thoughts like, what does that actually mean? Why is our understanding of this connection so vital? Because I look at how science has manipulated nature so much, but yet you and I are able to have this conversation online and over the phone because of science. But what was the cost of nature's peace and purity as a result of this quote-unquote acceleration or growth, let's just say, in our human story?
Yes, yes. Well, of course, our connection, the beginning of your question, I mean, I just have to ask how many people breathe. And if you breathe, we need the plants, we need the trees. And, of course, many people are not aware that before the plants, before the ancestors of the plants, there was no oxygen in our atmosphere. And right now, in fact, our oxygen has been diminishing for a variety of reasons, but also, recently due to industrial activity and so forth. And there is a global tree die-off happening, and there are problems in the ocean and so forth. So, we really are connected to the earth in so many ways, and I all speak in the book, and I can say a little bit more about this later, about our spiritual connection to the earth and how it can make us feel whole and have more meaning in our life and more joy and happiness, and how important that is as well. And also just the wisdom that comes from nature, too. And talking about science, there was a tremendous breakthrough. They could not figure out, your solar panel is about 35% effective in turning sun's energy into energy for your home or business. However, the plants are about 95% effective, and no one could figure it out. They were totally daunted because it just didn't make sense scientifically. Well, they just proved that plants use quantum mechanics to be so successful. And one of the things, the marvelous things that plants do, is they actually call for the light.
Wow, really? How do they do that?
Yeah. What they do is, nature, there's so much intelligence all around us. There's so much abundance and joy and happiness, and it's right there. And the way that they do that is everything is frequency. And plants also vibrate with a certain frequency. When they're doing photosynthesis, which is really a magical act, I mean, here they're taking energy from the sun, not only for their own life energy, but to provide oxygen for all of us here on the planet. For doing that, they're actually then, when they're doing photosynthetic activity, they're actually going into a certain frequency that every little tiny photon from the sun gets called in, almost like a beautiful little satellite coming into the right spot, so it can get turned into energy that's needed. And there are other ways that they work, too, that we're just beginning to discover, but there's so much we don't know about the world, and there's so much to discover out there.
I agree. Well, about the book, congratulations. Partnering with Nature, you weave together historical, spiritual, and scientific examples, as you mentioned earlier. You emphasize the importance of creating a vital relationship with our natural surroundings. Let us know about the book and what you learned after writing that book.
The reason that I wrote the book, too, in fact, was because of a very profound experience with a tree. And I won't tell the story here. It is in the book. But essentially, I saw the soul of a tree. It really reached out to me. And at the same time, I realized I could no longer not express this incredible life all around us. And this is something people all around the world have seen and felt and known for thousands of years. And so that's why I wrote the book. And in writing the book, it was an interesting lesson in bringing a lot of the feelings and knowings and ways of being that I had as a young child kind of into the more analytical world, so to speak, or the world of the written word. So that was quite a fascinating process. But the book is filled with practices that people can do. It does have practical information as well as scientific stories like the one that I told about the trees, very fascinating information, because we do need to have people understand why nature is so important in our lives. And then, of course, much of it is beyond explanation, is beyond words, is beyond language.
It's interesting. Why wouldn't we accept that nature is important when our body is made up of nature itself? And I know that the more that we gain knowledge and awareness about it, then the easier our inner awareness moves into the avenue of accountability and responsibility. Because so many of us Catriona, we don't even take care of our own bodies, which is the closest aspect of nature that we have to the soul. And so even when you're thinking about just taking care of your own body and then taking care of the environment of your own room or house or your puppy or your animal or your cat or your, whatever that lives with you, I mean, what's the education? Are you offering anyone some thoughts about how your own soul can actually begin the process of partnering with the nature of just even the 5 elements made up of your body? Any thoughts on that?
Yes, well, to even be more basic, it's about human freedom. It is about freedom. And we have lost our freedom when we lost our connection to the earth and the planet. And the reason for that is because, unfortunately, there were some powerful individuals that recognized that there were ways to control others and so forth through belief and whatnot. And no, you are not able to connect with the divine yourself. You have to go through our priests. And no, you can't connect with that beautiful tree, so you have to go pay our church and so forth and so on. And the same thing happens today with energy. There is all abundant energy. There is more energy in the universe than we need to survive, and yet it's withheld from us. We have to pay for it. And so it is a societal thing. So it takes away our individuality. It takes away our freedom. We become enslaved. And when we become enslaved, we become unhappy, and we become weaker. And therefore we buy more stuff, we eat bad food. We live in ways that's not healthy. So really regaining our connection to the earth, regaining our birthright to the planet. I'm talking about freedom. I'm talking about abundance for all. I'm talking about free energy. I'm talking about ways of living more closely with the land. And we wouldn't have the terrible pollution and terrible toxic materials around us if each of us was connected at this beautiful level to our Mother Earth. And she is there waiting for us. She is calling for us. Everyone is calling for us now louder than ever before. The animals, the trees, and the land, they're saying, come. Remember, you can hear us. You can listen to us. You can learn. We are here together.
Well, that's so beautiful. Because the Center for Disease Control has reported that half of our deaths in the U.S. between the ages of 16 and 65, it's coming from just stress. So I would say it's coming from a mentality of not even realizing that you are here to live a very vibrant life, And so is it possible for you to share a few steps, like just a few tidbits of how you can get us to play a little bit more in nature and to improve our health and well-being?
The very first thing is to recognize that tree, that plant, that animal is much bigger, much vaster, much wholer than you might have ever imagined. So open your mind to that possibility that you could gain wisdom from these beautiful living things all around us. Then I would spend time outside, whether it's making a little garden, even having a little garden box, planter box, going out, turn off that TV, look at the beautiful stars at night, notice the difference in the feeling in your own body when you're looking at the stars than when you're sitting on a sofa watching TV. Just feel the energy and the peace envelop within you. So connect yourself physically to the planet. Then take action. Our planet needs protection. Our animals need help. Living beings are leaving the planet back. We need to help them. You can support environmental groups, or you can take action on yourself. Learn how you can help the living environment near where you live.
Beautiful. Catriona, thank you for the work that you're doing. It is so timely. It is so important. And before I let you go, is there a favorite life quote you can share that you're actually living by at this time? And is there a website where individuals can find out more information, how they can support the work that you're doing?
Yes, they can go to naturequestguru.org, naturequestguru.org. They can also get my book, Partnering with Nature, to learn more as well. And I do run nature and vision quests. I take groups all around the world to amazing, amazing places to connect with nature and their own souls. And I will be running a quest up to Scotland and Orkney. And I would like to leave everyone with one of my favorite ancient Celtic prayers. My ancient ancestors are from the Orkney. We're Pictish Celtic people. And that is deep peace of the running wave to you, deep peace of the flowing air to you, deep peace of the shining stars to you and all your listeners.
You are incredibly awesome. Thank you so very much, and all the very best.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Deep peace to your souls, my friend. Catriona's gift and awareness and blessings to all of us. Let us walk gently, speak sweetly, speak less, speak softly. It all contributes to the environment of our planet. You've been listening to America Meditating Radio Show. Please keep up with us as we do sometimes with you when you send us your messages. We love to hear from you. Just email us at americameditating@gmail.com or send us a message on Twitter at americameditate. Remember, no one can take away your happiness unless you give them permission. We are here to love each other the same. So let's do that. Take care, everyone. We're going to end today's wonderful conversation with Sanatam Kaur. Sat Shri Akal.
Sat Shri Shri Akal, Shri Akal, Mahakal, Mahakal, Satnam, Akal Murut Vaheguru. Sat Shri Shri Akal, Shri Akal, Mahakal, Mahakal, Satnam, Akal Murut Vaheguru. Sat Shri Shri Akal, Shri Akal, Mahakal, Mahakal, Satnam, Akal Murut Vaheguru. Sat Shri Shri Akal, Shri Akal, Mahakal, Mahakal, Satnam, Akal Murut Vaheguru. Sat Shri Shri Akal, Shri Akal, Mahakal, Mahakal, Satnam, Akal Murut Vaheguru. Sat Shri Shri Akal, Shri Akal, Mahakal, Mahakal, Satnam, Akal Murut Vaheguru. Sat Shri Shri Akal, Shri Akal, Mahakal, Mahakal, Satnam, Akal Murut Vaheguru. Sat Shri Shri Akal, Shri Akal, Mahakal, Mahakal, Satnam, Akal Murut Vaheguru. Sat Shri Shri Akal, Shri Akal, Mahakal, Mahakal, Satnam, Akal Murut Vaheguru. Sat Shri Shri Akal, Shri Akal, Mahakal, Akal Murad Waheguru.